That was, I try very hard to just completely, uh, ignore anything. What the hell? Okay. I try very hard to reject this game, not because I hate it, but because I actually really like it. I will do this frequently with a game I like. If I can break it this hard, that means I'm probably enjoying it. I mean, I wouldn't call that breaking it as hard as, like, I don't know, 7 Days Long Gone. Like, that poor game was not ready for my, like, shenanigans. Unfortunately, that poor game needed, like, another year in development because it was kind of not great. But whatever. Okay. So we're gonna want to do that. I'm effectively going to try and make this as steep as humanly possible. Including this, maybe? Okay, now I'm going to have to probably put a foot on this. In fact, I think it's pretty much guaranteed we need to put a foot on this. Oops. Move this over. Oh, boy. And I'm pretty much gonna have to resort to awful dirty tricks for, like, every single last level here. Okay, so that sags pretty bad. Let's see how this works. So you try placing the beams with middle click. It doesn't work. I've tried it. Okay, let's undo that. All we need is for them to kind of not have momentum when they go off this. Hit this. Slide back down, and we're good. Okay, cool. So I should probably brace this a little bit harder. When they impact, it wiggles and jiggles, and I'm not exactly sure if it's a good thing. I mean, it's probably fine. But again, unlimited budgets kind of have trivialized this game in ways that I actually really like. Why is there a laser up there? I don't know. Because, yeah, if we actually had limited budgets, I think I'd hate this game more. Because I'd actually, you know, have to care about making proper bridges as opposed to fun bridges. It's like the main reason why I even like this game is just because I can make dumb shit and it works. Let's see. Like, when in doubt, make the dumbest bridge you can. It's always more fun. Okay, so this is probably going to fall apart on me. Maybe? Who knows? No, it doesn't fall apart. Alright, drive. Let's see if this works. Let's see, pros and cons compared to Poly Bridge. Arguably a lot easier. Definitely easier puzzles. Maybe more interesting. Okay, so I've got to drag this up. I think they're both totally viable bridge building simulators. I like this better. Just because I'm more or less forced to make weird, dumb, broken things, as opposed to, you know, kind of the ideal bridge, because Poly Bridge was all about making the ideal bridge. Am I supposed to go through this whole thing backwards? I am. That's weird. The idea of a level that is specifically designed to be done in reverse is interesting to me. I guess part of it is Polybridge for me felt like I was fighting the physics engine the whole time. You know, that as part of the game, you're trying to build a good bridge despite the weight mechanics and all the other stuff. In this one, I feel like I'm not fighting the physics engine. I'm just... Man, I don't even know how to describe it. Surprisingly stable. Okay, let's try this again. If reverse level sounds perfect for me. Yeah, the main problem is getting it through here. Because I like this. This works. Okay. Yeah, this is a level that is designed entirely to be done backwards. I really like that, actually. That's really cool. Gonna kind of reinforce as much as possible. Can I? No, can't. Probably because I need a third one here. I'm trying to slap feet onto this thing, so that when the inevitable impact happens, it doesn't, like, wreck my setup. Other reason why I like this game about Polybridge is there's no, like, forced budget. You can just kind of build whatever. Which, some people might see that as a negative, but for me, that's a massive positive. Okay, so now we're going to make the tumble chute. Because, like, honestly, when it came down to it, I found the budget system in Polybridge to be very constraining in not a very good way. Like, you could make bridges, but it just wasn't as fun. Whereas this is just like, do you want to make this, like, weird tube to, like, tumble a forklift down? Be my guest. It's all yours. Alright, this is going to fall apart at some point. I don't know where. I don't know how. But 100% is going to fall apart on me. Let's try and reinforce it as much as possible. Let's see. It's really... Oh, yep, there we go. I don't want to get too close to the acid. And test. Well, it's not wiggling too much. Let's, you know what? We've got shower curtains. Sort of. We've got shower curtains. Oh, it's test build. What's the button for shower curtain? I do actually have some keyboard shortcuts that I probably should have been using this entire time. There is no keyboard shortcut for switching back and forth between the two building materials. You'd think that'd actually be the only thing that really needed keyboard shortcuts for, but I guess not. Alright. See, the last levels remind you of World of Goo. Oh man, I really want to play World of Goo on this channel at some point. Just go through all of their games, because I played Human Resource Machine, which is really fun. Okay, so that worked mostly. We need a little bit more than just what we had there. Then I'm going to heavily reinforce this little impact area, because apparently that's the problem zone. I mean, this one I think was also a problem zone. It's barely connected. Little Inferno included? Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not like their games take very long. Alright, it's holding together despite repeated blows. I guess I could have actually put a foot here, now that I'm thinking about it. That would have solved many of my problems. And yet... Oh. the main problem is here. So we've got to reinforce this further. I guess the easy way to do it would be to actually put braces here. No. The easiest way is actually to delete a couple of these. Many of these. Okay. So instead of having one segment that takes the hit, let's have, like, multiple. I don't know if this is actually better, but it feels like it probably is. Here's the other thing I can do. Give me a second. We can have redundancy bridge sections. Sandwiches. So if one goes, hopefully the other ones will still work. This looks awful. Oh god. This looks bad. Oh, well. Convoy! God, that's heavy. Am I forgetting about the lines? No. Oh yeah, I could have actually had some bridge points there. Oh well. Let's see if having a triple, maybe quadruple, I'm not really sure how many layers I just crammed in there. I crammed it a lot. Like, it's jiggling a lot. But it hasn't fallen apart on me yet. Yeah, there are better ways to have done this, but I really like the tumble chute. It just kind of makes me happy. Because of how bad it is. Alright, and there it goes. Oh boy. I'm just kind of looking at this game and I'm just like, well, okay, crossings. So we have to okay, go through here, go through here. If I do that, it would be a problem. We have to go through, yeah. See, that's not gonna hook together. I'm just gonna fire them. Let's see what happens. This should be enough to get him through the purple portal. It is! Main problem is it needs to he needs to act, the forklift has to hit here. Huh. Wow. That was like a bullseye. I mean, a bad bullseye, but still. This one looks hard. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna try and shoot for minimalism. Damn it. Yeah, the problem is I can't make minute adjustments. We're stuck on this weird grid. Oh. Okay. So that worked out a little bit better than anticipated, actually. I have to get it all hooked together, but grand scheme of things, that worked a little bit more than I thought. Okay, let's try for this. Because he hits a bit of a tumble, but not that big of one. Oh. Bap. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this. We need to drive again. Effectively, I can't have it tumble through any of these. I mean, I could. But we probably want it to be about as smooth as possible. Okay, so that was pretty smooth. Let's try that. I might have to move that one a little bit. Oh, well, that's not helpful at all. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so this is pointless. That's probably fine. Okay. Just barely gets that one. Barely redirected. This doesn't surprise too much. Let's move this down. Okay. Guess easy answer. Just these. Okay. Let's see if that works. Let's see. Wander, Keith, or Bird should play the Portal co-op. Shell and I actually played Portal co-op together. And we had fun with it. That's one of those that I'd actually like to go back to at some point. I've suggested it with Bird and Keith, but Bird actually played it with Crafty Gnomes. And then that kind of, well, flopped because Crafty Gnomes quit. And then Keith said no, because he wants to play Portal co-op with somebody that's never played it before. Which is totally fair, actually. Because I've already played Portal co-op with Shell twice now. Because we played it back in college together. Portal was kind of sort of one of the first games Shell ever got. Because she got it as part of the like free Portal promotion that Valve did like a long time ago. Like back in, what, 2010? Okay, let's see if this works. So button. Good. Good, didn't hit the button. Okay, so in that case, this might be an issue. We have to put a speed bump in here. Just a small one. I don't know what this is going to do. Well, okay, correction. I knew what it would do. I was just hoping it would only speed bump it a little bit. Let's see if this works. Because all I have to do is get it to slow down just enough that it hits this. I mean, I guess really, let's get rid of the speed bump. Let's try something slightly different. Because I can't have it lose too much of its momentum. Damn it. I'm trying to think. Okay, so this doesn't work. Maybe that'll work? Because that works. Huh. Okay. This kind of works. Because turns out he actually has enough speed. But he can't tumble. Okay. So he hits that. He gets the button. And we're good. Okay. Convoy 12. Oh my god. Please be timed not shitty. Piss. It's probably because it was bouncing. Because usually if we start getting variance like that, it's because something was bouncing somewhere. And this wasn't structurally stable enough to make it work. This ain't gonna work. It almost worked. Oh. Huh. It's... some part of it started wiggling. And they got desynced from each other. Huh. Where does it... how does it... Here's the thing. I can probably connect this. Here. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so we lost 1, 2 of them. I'm gonna just move this down here. Did you laugh when Wanderer connected 2 anchor points together? I mean, those shower curtains don't matter that much. But yeah, so it looks like we didn't even need that second section, so if I move it down there, it'll catch the ones that didn't quite have enough. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How the How'd that happen? What? One of them just went for a tumble. Oh. No, one of them didn't go for a tumble. As far as I can tell, one of them went too fast. Somehow built up more speed as a result, and hit the top of the thing. The beginning is being messed up when some of them get to the end. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. Okay, yeah, we've made some considerable problems for ourselves. Okay, let's try adjusting. It feels like at this point we're just at the mild adjustment phase. Just a couple of little wiggles and we'll get it perfect. Okay. I think this was wiggling too much. So let's try and hook it more. This might work, this might not. It seems like changing the angle of these two ramps has drastically changed how they come out of here. Problem is, it's steep. But maybe it doesn't have to be so steep. Not there anyway. Okay, let's try that. Because, yeah, we can kind of have them hook curve. Okay, that was fast enough. Uh-oh. How did that happen? More struts? Problem is, it's gonna get very light. I mean, I could always hook the whole thing up together. Convoy. And the other thing is, I could try and hang like a platform here. Okay. Oh. That's the one that lost it. Why? Why do you lose it? Well, let's build for a second. Let's go back to build for a second. I bet I can actually elongate this again. Because of the changes I've made, maybe it's fine now. Yeah, the jiggling at the beginning. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it really is the jiggle wiggle here. Okay, fine.